Can we go louder, like a party? Wait. Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta turn it up a little bit more. Okay.
Wiz is in the zone.
All right, I was in the zone. I wanted to play a little bit more. Welcome to another dope, transformative episode of Conversations with Whitney. That's me. Dwayne. That's him. Oh, that's me. Okay. And Treasure.
That would be me.
Yeah. We're on tonight. Episode number
55.
55. See, Treasure keeps track.
Stay alive.
Because Dwayne and it was just Dwayne and I. We were like, hey, what episode is this? This is 54. This is 28 or this is 26. But Treasure keeps it locked down.
I was thinking about that on my way over here today.
Yeah.
Like, is this 54? But I was like, I just stopped thinking. So thanks, Trey.
Yeah, thanks, Trey. On
episode
point.
55.
And number
building.
12 for me.
Yes, episode 12 for Trey, episode 55 for all of us. On Whitney now, so now Trey. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Conversations with Whitney, Dwayne, and Trey. I think you want to stay tuned in.
Yeah.
Or prepare yourself as we get started to tune into this conversation. I think that this is going to be very, very interesting. I think it's going to be very, very hot and spicy and just juicy stuff to help some people who are or may have been or one day will be right in what we're going to cover tonight. So make sure you guys stick with us and tune into tonight's conversation.
Yes.
What else we got going on? Give them the rundown for us, please.
Well, you know what? Let's celebrate our book.
Yes. I don't know what's going on with my audio over here, but we're going to figure it out.
I hear you. Oh,
there it is. There it is.
So everyone, check it out. I'm sorry.
There it is. Don't drop out on you. Give it to him, Whit.
Don't drop out on you.
Yeah.
This is our second book that Dwayne and I co-authored.
Yes,
Congratulations to us. High five.
Yes.
High five, partner.
Yeah,
that's my vision partner right here.
Yeah.
So don't drop out on you. Transformational and inspirational messages to help you not give up on you.
Yeah.
Put this book in the hands of our young people. Our young people are going through so many trials and tribulations with peer pressure, not thinking that they're worthy. They want to give up. There's so many things. They're feeling abandoned. They're feeling like they don't fit in. They're feeling like they're not worthy. They need this book. This is an interactive book. They're not just gonna read. They're going to work. Just like a workbook. That's what I want to call it. Don't drop out on you. If you're an adult, you're a parent, you are a nurturer, you're an aunt, you're a godfather, godmother. Get this book for someone, some child.
Please do.
As a gift.
Please do.
I like the video you did the other day.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us are dropping out on ourselves. Yeah. Also, you know, people walking out our lives and all that stuff, right? But you have to make the decision to not drop out on you when other people want to drop out on you.
Yeah.
You heard? Right.
Yeah.
The book is out now. Get your copy. How much is it?
$14.95.
Yeah, $14.95. Let's just say $15, right?
Yeah, that's
$15. Get your copy, please. Our supporters, you rock with us, you vibe with us. Please support the vision, support the movement, support the serving. We're serving.
And I got to say it again. Our vision, our initial vision was 10,000 kids. We want this book in the hands of 10,000 kids. 10,000, whether they're middle schoolers, high schoolers, even if they're in college, even if they are in detention centers or even in correctional facilities. We want this book inside of their hands. So whatever you personally may be going through, if you got a niece or a nephew, a son or daughter, somebody who you know may be having a challenging time trying to figure it out. It's not really academically inspired, maybe even dropped out of school already, or doing well in school and preparing themselves to go to the next level, whether that's college or go to high school. We want to encourage you guys to make sure that you purchase this book to give them as a gift to help them deal with the challenges that you have dealt with, may still be dealing with, and that they will be dealing with, and that they already dealing with. So please, we are encouraging you to help us meet our goal. Our initial goal was 10,000 kids. But honestly, we want every child around the world to have a copy of this as their fight back guide is what we called it. The fight back manual. That way when they deal with the challenges that they're dealing with in the communities that many of the kids are from, they have something that they can grab hold of. And I'm going to even go as far as saying a lot of the kids, they may not be able to understand the Bible. They may not be able to understand the Quran. They may not be able to understand a lot of the things that we even tell them. But we know for a fact that there's things inside of this book right here that they will be able to connect with. So please make it your business. Please help us. We need your support. And if you don't want to support us, at least support your niece, your nephew, your son, and your daughter, because you may not be able to get through to them, but something inside of this book just may be a blessing for them. So please make sure you get this book. Don't drop out on you. It is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any online bookstore. You want to make sure you get your hands on this. We got book signings coming up for you guys.
June 29th is the first one.
Yes, it is. And you can get an autographed copy. You can come out and support us. You can meet us. Please get your hands on this book. Don't drop out on you. Written by Whitney and myself. We are very excited about this, but we are just getting started, and we want to reach our goal. The minimum is 10,000 kids, but we want every child around the world. That'll be dope if that can happen. If we don't meet that, that'll be cool too. But at least 10,000. We want every child. Yes, we do. We praying big. We believing big. We're declaring big for this particular book right here to be in the hands of every child. Please make sure you arm your kid. You could get them a game. You could get them Fortnite. You could get them some Jordans. You could get them whatever it is. $15. We only want you to spend $15. Please make the investment. I guarantee you, your child will see something in here. Your niece, your nephew will see something here that they will be able to connect with and say, I'm thankful that I got that book right there.
You know what's so dope too? As a parent, as a guardian, as a nurturer, as a godmother, auntie, whatever the case is, you can read this book with them and tell them about your experiences as a child. You know what I mean? Tell them about the experiences that you have had to battle, because this is a conversation starter. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that you can connect with this book as well as try to connect to your kids, because some of us as parents, we don't know how to talk to our kids, you know, about those things, about
those
sex,
difficult conversations,
about those difficult conversations. This can open that conversation for you. So as you're reading the inspirationals together, you can start telling your story in a way that they'll understand it. And then the things, when you try to, you know, put them in their place, or, you know, reprimand them or whatever, then, or tell them what they should be doing instead of what they should not be doing, then they'll be able to understand, you know, oh wow, my mom dealt with that, my dad dealt with that, my auntie dealt with that. Now I understand why they tell me not to put my hand on the stove. You understand what I'm saying? They tell me why I should be in the house at a certain hours, or I should watch who I surround myself with, because now they understand your story. A lot of kids don't understand their parents' stories because the parents do not open that conversation and let them know, I've been there, and be honest with them. So this is a conversational starter for parents. You don't know how to talk to your child? Start with this.
Yeah, that's
don't
good,
drop out on
good
you.
Stuff with
word.
Yeah,
and not only that,
this
is our first book.
There it is. Give it to him. Give it to him.
Mean the authentic you. Parents, this for you. Now, this for you and your kids. It's definitely for you.
Yes, it is.
Because we talk about healing. We talk about relationships. We talk about
pain,
trauma. We talk about the church. We talk about several things in our first book.
Yes, we do.
This book is still selling. So thank you for everyone who has supported us. Inspirational messages to help you meet you. A lot of us are not trying to meet ourselves. A lot of us are trying to. I'm so hyped. I'm so talking
meet
so
everybody other than ourselves. I got your back. Don't worry about it.
Meet everybody
else other than ourselves. So you want to make sure you also get your hands on this book right here. Meet Authentic You. It is available for purchase. Amazon.
I got 2-for-1 deal. Hit us up on our DM. We'll do a 2-for-1 deal for you. There we go. 2-for-1 deal. All right.
Please make sure you support what's going on right now. We doing our best, man. We doing our best to make our contribution for the greater good of humanity, man. For the times that we're living in, man. We're living in some very, very interesting times, man. And people are very, very overwhelmed. People are very, very stressed out. Very few people are very excited about their lives,
about life,
and about life itself. So please, help us make our contribution.
We
need your help and we need
people.
your support. And another thing, real quickly, just because somebody appears to be doing better than you doesn't mean you don't have to support them. Let me say that. Just because they appear to be doing better than you, right? Because there's people who may be living life on a level that you wish you could live on, but you got more peace than they do.
I'm about to say, you don't know their struggle.
Right?
You have no idea.
You may have more peace than they do, right?
Yeah.
They may have fame and access, and you may think that you struggling and you broke and you going through changes, but you may have a peace that they wish that they had. So just because they appear to be doing more and better than you doesn't mean that you don't have to support them. I know that that's a reality that many people do deal with. Like, why should I give to that when they're doing better than me? I'm over here struggling. Let me help you understand something. Everybody doesn't define struggle the same, and everybody's struggle is different.
It's different.
And you may have more peace than a person who you think has more than you. Trust me, you may have more health than a person who you think has more money than you. You may have just a whole lot more going for you than somebody who you think is doing better than you. So when people ask for support, just try your best to remember that. Just try your best to remember that. And especially if they're doing it for the greater good. There's purpose connected to it. It's not something that they're trying to do just to be better than you and make you feel less than them because you gave to them. No. They may be actually doing something that's really good. Here's the deep part. For your son or your daughter that you may not know what to do. That's the deep part. They may be doing something for somebody who's doing something more for your kids, your niece, your nephew that you may not know what to do. You may not have figured it out yet. And not to judge you or fault you for not knowing what to do or have figured it out, but they may have figured something out that you have yet to figure out. So that's something that I would encourage you to get behind and support, because it's just necessary. It's just necessary, especially in the family context, because most families are so critical of one another that we don't support one another. We're more critical of each other.
But also, we don't know how to communicate. Like I said with the book, we don't know how to have those conversations and give a piece of ourselves to our kids. That's when they understand, because they can see, they can say, oh, okay, this is where I get this from. They can see themselves in you. You know what I mean? So
what else we got going on?
I just want to let everyone know about the Go Get It Women's Empowerment Conference, the 4th annual conference, November 16th of this year at the Watson Hotel. Stay tuned. We're going to start announcing the power speakers, the power transformational speakers.
I can't wait.
It's going to be phenomenal. So we're going to start announcing our speakers in June next month, and we'll have our flyers and our promotional items out. If you're interested in being a vendor, hit us up. We already have 10 vendor spots already locked down. We have space for 25. So now I have so we have some spaces available, but you want to be here. The theme is breakthrough. And we're going to have so many levels of conversation and so many levels of workshops surrounding this theme, breakthrough. And I always say, sometimes God has to break us in order for us to break through. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm so excited. The 4th annual. Last year we were sold out. And we sold out the last week of the conference.
It was awesome too.
And it was really dope. And I said, oh, goodness gracious. When you have a vision that God has given you, like, God, I don't have the means for that. I don't have the resources for that. How I'm going to make it happen? But once you step out on faith, God already provides it, especially when he gave you the vision. He's not going to give you something and not provide the resources for it. So I just want to give all honor, and I just thank God for allowing him to use me for the vision, because he could have used anyone else. Shout out to the people that he brought into my life to be a part of the vision, to set forth the vision, which is Miss Chu, Jamie Davis. Shout out to Bolden Boss, her clothing line. She's doing great things. And also LaShawn, my partners. These are my partners that make this event happen with me. November 16th, 2019. Get your spot, vendors. We're already almost sold out on spots.
And I've been to all 3.
You've been to all 3. Of course you're going to be to all 3. You're my best friend.
Well, I'm just saying, let me just put it out there.
You are.
I've been to all 3, and I can say with confidence that it just keeps getting better and better, right? And better and better.
Ah, goodness.
So I see the growth. I see the transformation continuing to happen. So you don't want to miss it.
Nah, you can't miss it. I mean, don't miss it.
You definitely don't want to miss what I got to say.
So Dwayne, Dwayne gonna be on the set.
Yeah.
He gonna be on the set.
You definitely don't want to miss what I got to say.
Dwayne shocked them last year.
Oh, it was powerful. Yeah.
Dwayne walked in. And don't say nothing to Dwayne. Dwayne walked in with, did you just laugh or something?
Yeah, I did.
Dwayne walked in with Tim's, his jeans, and I think you had a sweatshirt. You had a vibe with me sweatshirt.
Of course, I'm always in
So he walking in like, who's this cat?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's gonna be speaking, everybody in their little dresses and their suits and stuff like that. Dwayne, you was phenomenal.
You brought it.
You bought it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, people couldn't stop.
Thank you.
The attendees at the conference could not stop talking about your presentation. You did it.
Yeah.
This year, I know he's definitely going to bring it, because the thing is that you're not who you were last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I got some more.
You got some fire. Don't say the workshop title. Don't say all that. I know you hype.
Okay.
We're just going to talk about right now this Vibe With Me swag
there we go.
that we got going
there
on.
There we go. Vibe With Me is in the building. Shout out to, once again, my army that continues to show love and support to the morning videos. Purchase apparel. It's been a minute since I've really been moving my apparel lately. I've been so consumed and so focused with this book and trying to get Whit and myself inside of some schools and inside of some situations to really advance and take this book further than what we did with Meeting Authentic You, along with some other things that I've been actually working on. But if you definitely want some apparel, please send me a DM. Contact me on Facebook and Instagram at _D_Graham_movie on Instagram, and Mr. Graham is God's child. If you want some apparel, if you've been vibing and feeling what's been going on every morning, please check me out. But again, shout out to my people around the world who continue to tune in.
You wearing your hat.
Shout out to my team, the people who help me do what it is that I do. It through conversation, who give me content to put out every morning, to help people connect and relate and identify. Most importantly, transform. And the biggest thing of them all, be connected to God. That's the most important thing. I want connection. I want people to be connected. I want people to be more rooted in God than they was before they heard from me and after they hear from me. So that's my Vibe With Me situation. We got some hats in the building tonight, some Vibe With Me situations. And I'm going to get back on my ground with moving these things. I haven't really been moving them because, again, we've been focusing on this book. Me and Whit been focusing on our other books that we got coming out as well, our individual book. We got our cruise we got coming up for 2020. Conversation with Whitney Dwayne and
what's
Trey.
going on with the cruise?
We got our cruise coming up, but we need you guys to actually
put
start
your deposits.
making these deposits June 7th, 2019.
2.5 weeks.
How much
we
is
need
the
you
deposit?
guys. $75 is the deposit. We need you guys to start putting them down. That initial down payment.
Yeah.
We definitely need that to start taking place because and I got people who I've been in conversation with, by the way, who've been saying that I want to go. I want to go. So we got to put some more pressure on. Well, not pressure, but really just remind people that the cruise is definitely going to happen, and
it's going to happen even if it's two of us. Even if we giving the workshops and stuff by ourselves,
right?
We gonna give it to the water,
right? We gonna be there.
We doing it regardless.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
definitely 2020.
It's happening.
We going on a cruise to Bermuda.
That's not gonna happen because my friends are gonna be there.
So we gonna have some people in the building. We gonna have some people in attendance. So that's what's going on with the Vibe With Me situation with our cruise.
$75.
2020 is the cruise to Bermuda.
So the deposit is $75, and then how much is it thereafter?
Thereafter is $50. So the 15th, the 15th of the month.
50 or 75?
I thought it was 50.
I thought it was 75.
Well, look,
it's
put $75 aside.
It's
How about that?
$75 every month, every 15th of the month.
Our travel agent Nadia, we want to travel with Sparkle. Shout out to her. She'll work it out with you. Just don't worry about what we need you to concentrate right now. Right now on the initial.
I'm
sorry, I'm excited.
Payment. That's what we need.
Concentrate
you to
on
the initial deposit. There you go. I got your back.
I'm like,
don't worry about
75.
The initial deposit of $75
by June 7th.
June 7th.
There we go.
Just concentrate on that. Don't think about anything else.
There we go.
Okay, we got you covered. We have 2 transformational workshops, the all-white extravaganza, and then we have the 80s situation. And we're going to do a load of excursions in Bermuda. Well, I can't talk today. I'm just so excited. It's just, it's just coming out. It's just coming out. That's the happy and excited.
That's the happy vibe. There we go.
Yeah, if y'all know me, y'all know.
There we go. And we leave from New York.
And we leave from New York.
Once again, for the people that is from New York, that's a blessing that you don't have to worry about travel, flying
all that stuff.
To
no
go
excuses.
To this cruise. If you are not from New York and you want to come to the cruise, unfortunately, you have to pay for that travel in order to get to New York, or you drive wherever you're coming from. But we definitely want to encourage you guys to make sure that this particular cruise, you are in the building.
Support.
And you coming to vibe with us. You coming to cruise with us. You coming to
first
workshop
annual.
with us. You coming to all white with us. You coming to 80s party with
Get
us.
Your 80s
you coming to have all
time.
kinds of excursions with us. We're going to have a great time. And guess what? It's all under $1,000. I know that sounds like a lot because you got rent, you got the cable, you got the phone, you got tuition, you got your hair, your nails, the barber, you got food, you got all kind of stuff that you got going on. Student loans. But $1,000 is worth an investment to make for your sanity,
it's
for
a
your
retreat.
peace of mind, for a good time with some good energy, some
good
positive
people.
vibes, some good people where you ain't got to worry about none of that negativity, none of that gossip, none of that stuff that's not good for your spirit. We will definitely have you saying, when's the next cruise?
You know what? We're throwing all of that in the ocean, in the sea. We're throwing that, and we're throwing everything that we are worried about.
Not to mention some motivations, transformation.
There you go. There it is. There it is.
So
that's what's going on.
That was going on. That was a lot. And Trey Panache,
what's going
tell
on?
Tell them about what's going on with you.
Trey Panache collection is premium virgin hair, available in 10 to 32 inches.
There we go.
It is. Hold on one second. Let me just get a little position.
I know we excited.
Let them see who you are.
And Trey is my nickname. How I came up with the name of my collection is Trey is my nickname. TRE with the accent over the E. Panache is a flamboyant confidence of style.
Flamboyance, confidence of style. Each week we say that. That just sounds so dope.
It is.
Yeah.
Flamboyant confidence.
It's a flamboyant confidence of style.
Yes.
And you can check me out at Trey TRE _ Panache PANACHE
there we go.
_ collection on IG.
There we go.
My website is treypanache.com.
There we go.
And it's luxury that you deserve.
I do deserve it, and I love it.
There we go.
So
give it to them.
We are in our spirit check segment.
Oh, what a
I'm
day.
not going first.
What a day. Come on, Trey, give it to us.
Our spirits. Yeah, how's your spirit?
My spirit check today is bold, confident.
That's good. That is good.
I am filled with thanksgiving. I'm filled with excitement. I am excited about the connections that God is placing into my life. So it's bold.
That's bold. Good. Come on.
I gotta go next. I knew he was gonna say.
Ladies first.
Next. Ladies first. Gosh, my spirit is. It's so much going on, and I don't even know the words to describe where my spirit is right now. And that's for somebody. Sometimes you just don't know where your spirit is because you have so much going on in your head and things that happen, in the day. And my spirit is really, I can't really say in one word where it is. But what I can say is that I'm thankful to God because the things that we don't understand, when we're going through certain situations, when we're going through those valley moments, when we're going through those trials, we don't understand it then, right? So here we go. So my spirit is in a state of reflection. Here we go, reflection. Because we don't know why we have to go through certain things. When it's happening, we feel like we have lost. We feel like we lost the battle. Feel like all hope is gone. Feeling like God has forgotten about us because we don't understand the trauma that is living within us at the time. However, God, if it's His choice to reveal it at times when later down the line, sometimes He will and sometimes He will not. But when He does, oh man, when He does, it's like, oh wow, I had to go through that. That's what that was for.
Wow.
I had to do it because you wouldn't do it yourself when I was telling you to leave. You wanted to stay. So, and I'm just thankful to God for, giving me revelation, allowing me to reflect, because He doesn't have to reveal why He does certain things because He's God.
Right.
So I just say, my spirit is in a sense in a place of reflecting, but also being very thankful to God that whatever I deal with, whatever trials and trauma that comes or is waiting for me in the future, that I'm not going to worry, because I know who my God is. I serve a big God. I serve an awesome God. I serve a God that just, who doesn't lack. I serve the God who is the creator. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not going to allow life and, like Dwayne, his language, bully me when I go through those trials and tribulations, because there's a reason. And I know God God got my back. So that's where my spirit is.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's real. Yeah, that's real. That's good. And that's a great space to be in regards to reflecting. And I think that's admirable, because many people don't reflect that way. Many times when we do have periods where we are thinking and reflecting or whatever, it's normally a reflection of just sadness, frustration, feeling like it's not going to get better. Why does this keep happening to me? And that's normally, the space that many people find themselves in. For you to share, what space you're in regards to your reflection, and for it to be that, I think that's pretty dope, man. And not even being funny in terms of a round of applause, I just think that's something that definitely needs to be saluted. In terms of myself, in terms of my spirit on tonight, my spirit tonight is it is in a space where I know that something very, very huge is being ushered into my life. Something very big is being ushered in, and I know that that's the case because there's so much distraction, frustration, tension, temptation, right? Aggravation, right? The things that's trying to pull me into certain spaces, to try to pull me away from what I know is being released, and I'm excited about it, but I'm also self-controlled. I'm also disciplined. Because I'm not going to miss this, right? I'm not going to miss this. I'm not going to allow emotional episodes and tantrums to cause me to not be prepared and equipped. I'm not going to allow other people's states and spaces that they're in to have me drawn and sucked into their stuff that I can't handle what I believe is being released into my life. I'm not going to allow my stuff to pull me into the stuff that I know I can allow myself to be pulled into. So for me, my spirit on tonight is in a great space, because I know something very, 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 very bigger than I'm even able to even articulate and envision is being ushered into my life, is being released into my life. I don't know when, but I know I'm on the brink of it. And I'm just focused on being more self-controlled. I'm focused on being more disciplined. I'm focused on not reacting in a manner that my feelings in those moments want me to react in. And that's my challenge right now. So my spirit tonight is self-controlled and disciplined, because I know something huge is happening.
It's so dope. It's a self-control and discipline. And you said something, and I have been thinking about this for the last couple of days, is that I'm not trying to miss my opportunity.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't want to miss my opportunity.
Yeah.
So I can't be in those spaces, because those spaces where, allows me to put other people, be in that stuff, is that you're going to miss what God has for you. You're going to miss what comes along with the blessing. Like you can miss your opportunity. Okay.
Real quickly, I just want to. We could go into it, but real quickly, what I want to say is how real it is to practice self-control and discipline. Right, when you face with circumstances where your initial reaction is not to think self-control and discipline. Right. I was faced with a situation today where I wanted to beat somebody up and call police at the same time. And that's real. Like, I was like, I'm ready to beat this dude up. But I was like, I should call police. And I was really struggling in this space of beat him up, call the cops, beat him up, call the cops. And I just left. I removed myself from the situation so I didn't have to call the cops or beat him up. I left. I removed myself from the scene, aggravated and frustrated because I know that if I react some way to this situation, it's going to cause me to miss out on what I believe is being released into my life. That's how real it is.
You know, what's so
That was
crazy
good.
is I feel like it was a struggle between the old and the new.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
The new me is saying
you
call
was
the
saying
cops.
call the cops. The
The
old
me
you
is
like,
saying,
you know,
pull them in here, close the
Right.
door.
let's go.
Bronx Tale, now yous can't
Yeah,
leave.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
that's how I felt today. I was
Right.
really, really angry
Yes,
today
it's
about a
right.
situation. I'm not even going to get into it because I don't know who's listening. But I'm just going to say that situation really annoyed the sugar honey iced tea out of me. And I just said, let me just leave. Let me just remove myself. And I removed myself. I put on some old Barry White to feel good, and I sung on my way to the show, and I just said, you know what, calm down, tomorrow's another day, and I'm here today, still disciplined, still self-control.
Yeah, that's growth.
That's what I was getting ready to say. That's growth.
Yeah, that's
so
growth.
I'm not just saying something
is
that
growth.
sounds good. Like, this is really
You lived
real.
it today.
Like, this person
Yeah.
was really annoying me. Like, yo, man, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who anybody could get it. I'm like, who this dude think he talking to? Like, and it's crazy because they ain't had nothing to do with me.
Don't
But I
make
was
me
about
go
to
back
make it
to who
about
I
me.
used to be.
Right.
So I said, let me remove myself. Man.
Right.
So that's what I decided to do.
I love
man.
it.
By the grace of God, I'm here tonight because anything could have happened. I know
That's
I'm not
right.
super Negro. Anything
No.
could have happened. Somebody, I can't beat bullets, right? So anything can happen. So
That's right.
I decided
That's
to
true.
remove myself from the situation, and here we
Yeah.
are tonight.
Well, you know what? We're here right now at this
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
We're going to have some good news because
Let's
I know
go.
Trey is
Let's go,
bringing the
Trey.
good
Give it to
news
us. What's
tonight.
what's the good news?
So what's
for
the
tonight?
good news for tonight,
Well, you know
Trey?
what? I am bringing the good news as I always bring the good news.
Yes, you do.
However, I am going to bring some information that is much needed as well.
Okay,
Not
that's-
so much good news, but it is information that we all need to take heed of. All right.
It's
So
definitely
tonight-
yeah.
The United States Military Academy at West Point has the largest class of black women ever to graduate.
Look at that.
34
Good news for you.
in total.
Look
Look
at
at those
that.
young
Oh.
women.
Oh, I love.
Isn't that beautiful?
This
First of all, I
is
love that
Sparta.
picture. Yeah, I love that
Yeah,
picture.
that's dope. That's
The
dope.
largest
It looks like
class
some Wakanda.
ever.
Yeah, that's dope.
They look powerful, don't
They look powerful. Like,
I'm scared.
yeah, that's
I'm
dope.
scared of them.
I don't even know what to say. That's beauty right
Yeah.
there. That's beauty. That's power. That's. I'm just thinking about our ancestors and those who went before us. How
All
proud,
right, how proud
like,
they are right
Yeah.
now.
They
Yeah.
are right now. You know. I don't even know what to say. That's dope.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's dope. What's next?
Images
Need
that
some
make you
more.
that take your breath away. You know,
Yeah.
leave you
That's it.
speechless.
That's it.
On Tuesday night, the state's Republican led Senate voted
Oh, God.
25 to 6 on abortion ban on abortion, with no exceptions for victims of rape and incest.
You know what? It's that Alabama. That's that.
In the state of Alabama.
You know, when
Yeah.
I saw this, I just
I mean,
I was, you know,
I haven't commented on it.
I'm gonna say this,
I'm
right?
sitting with it.
I had a thought, but now I got a thought in a prayer.
Mm.
I pray that God blesses every woman in Alabama, woman and
Word
child,
up.
to leave.
Yeah.
And that is all men in Alabama
Word.
for the rest of Alabama's history.
Go.
That's my hope and my prayer for Alabama right now. That every child and woman leaves. That God is blesses every last. I don't care what they did. That every last woman and child, female child, right, girl, whatever, leaves. Grandmother, even the seniors and the elders, they all up and leave that state for men to just do whatever the men want to do in that state, man. Because that's just ridiculous.
I don't even know.
It's scary.
That is ridiculous.
It's scary.
How you gonna tell me
That is, yo,
What I
that
could
is
do with my body?
what I
ridiculous.
could do with my body?
Yo, that is really
Let alone if
ridiculous.
I get raped.
That is
And
ridiculous.
it's different
man.
for everyone. Like,
You know what I mean? Like,
that's like added trauma. You,
That's-
you understand? And I just thought about, those days where, people will go back, you'll have women go back to finding ways to do those things that it's not safe for
Right.
their bodies. You understand what I'm
because
saying?
you open yourself up to all types of things when women back in the day took that route. A lot of women lost their lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Like, how can you take a decision away from me?
right.
You don't own me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't been through what I have gone. Like, everybody's situation is different. I don't really. That's why I didn't comment. I have a lot of thoughts on it, and sometimes when you have a lot of thoughts on something, sometimes you just gotta sit with it.
Just be still.
But just be still. But at the same time, it's just like, like. You don't have any power. Stop trying to have power over me. Oh, this goes back from slavery, ancestors. You know what I'm saying? That whole thing. You trying to take the word of God and transform it into, these things to make what you're doing right. That's and I'm not gonna, I got my white friends and white people and all that stuff, the whole thing. But at the same time is that, you're trying to take people are trying to take these things and turn it into stuff to make their evil be good.
Their agenda,
you know what I'm saying? To push their agenda. You know what I'm saying? That's just like with the Bible, because that's what white people have, done when it comes to the word. I'm not going to even go there.
But can I just tell y'all some of the things that some of these senators have?
But I'm definitely going to talk about it soon. I just got to sit with it.
Let me just tell you what some of these senators
I don't even know if I want to even hear it. I heard a little bit. Go ahead.
Rape is kind of like the weather.
Oh, you know what?
It's inevitable. Relax and enjoy it. Let me just share, because there's a reason. There's a reason why I feel the need to share.
No,
this
you
stuff,
can, because
okay?
I've been raped.
All right.
So go ahead and say that.
That was one of them. The female body has a way of shutting down. Rape victims should make the best out of a bad situation. So I'm saying all this to say it is so imperative that we get out and we vote. We get out and we vote and let our voices be heard. And let me tell you something. The next Senate election will be held on November 3rd, 2020. There's 34 seats. People think that it's just that we just need to vote when it comes to the president. No,
you gotta
we need to vote on all levels.
For local level, yes.
The local level, the state level, and the federal level.
Yes.
So please.
What senator said that? Comment.
I didn't even write the names. There was more said than that.
But
crazy. I didn't even write it down. But I said I felt the need to say that just to reiterate how important it is for us to get out and let our voices be heard.
That right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
People aren't coming out to vote on these levels.
I think that real quickly. I think that the system that's been in place and the new stuff that is being implemented is causing a devaluing of fighting the system, right? Combating the system, right? The system is never gonna die, and I hate to say that, right? Because I believe that if they feel the people who created this system and the people who profit and benefit off the system the most believe that the system can ever be defeated, what they will do is they will bomb this country. There will be no more United States of America. They will pick up and relocate and go somewhere else. I'm going somewhere else now. They will do that. Because every time they feel like the people are coming together, there's always the threat of war. It never fails. Every year, it's always either the threat of war, there's always the threat of some kind of sickness plaguing the country. It's Ebola. It's something that now we got the measles. It's always some kind of threat to try to control the people. So the system is always going to continue to run. So my point is they implement new things to try to keep us so disconnected from these new visions and goals that they have to keep the people under control. So for us, what we have to learn how to do is have conversations like this to help us understand what we have to start valuing, because most people who are struggling, who don't think that the voting process benefits them, will never vote.
Right.
So you have to have conversation and help people reimagine what valuing conversations like this look like, so we can then start to combat those issues that are affecting us. It's not affecting those people that's in those positions.
No, it's not.
I got a vision. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But yes, what Dwayne said. Treasure, what else? You got anything else for us?
That's what's going on.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's going on. That's going on right now, man. And again, I'm gonna say
from the high to the low.
My prayer, my hope, man, is that every woman, man,
get out,
blessed in Alabama to get out of that state, and that law
Because it's going to be passed.
What was passed down, that
they
dates or whatever, it don't even matter. You can pass it down, and now you men that put this thing in together, y'all got to figure it out because ain't no woman there in order for them to actually have to worry about having to have birth or give birth rather than children that they may not
been in that situation.
That's the first state, okay? That's the first state. So imagine
what
what's going to try to adopt that. What's going to follow? So we really got to
fight.
Like,
you know what? We
like
go
never
ahead. No.
before.
I was just saying we got to fight. But go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say, man, from a spiritual perspective, I always say the enemy is just so dumb. You know what I mean? He's just so dumb because all he does is he reveals his plots, his plans, his schemes, and he exposes himself and gives us an opportunity to counter what it is that he's trying to do. And when we counter it, he may have some victories, but he doesn't get the victory. He may win some wars. He may win some battles, but he doesn't win the war. It never fails.
Yeah, and this never fails. What's the top of the conversation tonight?
You said it.
What'd I say?
You said what the topic was.
You know, what did I say what the topic was?
I mean, it wasn't what we talking about now.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but we was talking about,
let's just flow into
missed opportunities.
There we go. Let's flow into it.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's flow into it.
You're missing your opportunity, right? We got 15 minutes. We took a lot of time discussing, but we have messages in the book and the conference that's coming up and all that stuff and the good news and the informational news that we had. But we're going to talk about, missed opportunities. And I think a lot of us, we don't even know that we're missing opportunities. We don't know that the things that we have been through or our past hurts or what, the trauma and things of that nature can hinder us from missing the opportunity that God has for us. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And sometimes when we so relax, when we're complacent, we actually miss opportunities, and when opportunities don't even look like what we see, the vision that we envisioned it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll miss the different and when opportunities, and let's define opportunities, right? So opportunities for possibly new career, right? New relationship, new ministry, new connections, anything that's new that is going to bless, and help, I would say bless you, but also bless other people in your serving is a missed opportunity, right?
I like that.
Right?
I like that.
So, what do you have to contribute to the conversation?
I was just having a conversation with my brother. Actually, I gotta give him his just due, his credit, right? My brother, Doctor, right, Reverend Dr. Shane Hilliard.
Hey Shane!
Right,
Shane watching now.
Right?
Hey Shane, that's one of my favorite pastors.
I was having a conversation with him earlier today, and we was actually talking about how a lot of people nowadays, and this is no judgment or find fault with people in the masses, rather, where most people are emotionally rooted and mentally rooted, but not spiritually rooted to deal with the times that we're living in. So the conversation that we was having, we was talking about how we have to be spiritually rooted and have a balance that we too can be, like, for those of us who use this language, omnipresent, like, right? Omnipresent, right? Just like God, where God can be in the past, he could be in the present and the future. Most of us are not in, or rather anticipating what's to come. Many people are emotionally and mentally rooted in now and the past. Many people are not mentally, emotionally, and spiritually balanced for all three places at the same time. So when you bring in missing opportunities, I think one of the reasons why many people, myself at times included in the dialogue, miss out on opportunity is because we are rooted in now in the past, where most of our conversation is rooted in what just happened. I can't believe so-and-so did this, that, and the third. And I went through this, that, and the third. And that is the narrative that we normally identify ourselves with. We expose or we share or we reveal who we are based off of where we are and where we once were and what we've been through, where we don't have a balance or omnipresence like God spiritually to say, well, this is my hope. This is what I'm working towards, and be able to navigate in all three spaces at the same exact time. Good. So because we can't do that, that's the reason why we probably miss out on certain opportunities, because I'm constantly dwelling on what didn't happen. I'm frustrated frustrated about what's not happening, so I'm not prepared to handle the opportunity when it comes. When the opportunity does show up, I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed. I'm not in the mood. I got this, that, and the third going on. I'm broke. I can't do that. I got this other stuff to do. I got to go to work. So these are the reasons why we miss out on certain opportunities, because we're not preparing ourselves spiritually to handle what's to come, because we're more in relationship with what's going on and what went on, and we have to learn how to value, back to value, and in the voting conversation, we have to learn how to value being spiritually omnipresent in all three places at the same time.
That's good. That's good. And you said something that just sparked this. That sparked this is that, our vision. We can't see those opportunities because there's a blockage, right? We can't be in all. We can't see the opportunity, or we miss the opportunity because we can't see what God has for us, or even we don't even notice what the opportunity is because of that blockage, because we can be so stuck in the past, so stuck in the present, that I can't even allow myself to see see that vision or see that manifestation of what I feel like God is birthing, or the newness, because I'm so blocked, you know what I mean? And also that I haven't done the work. I haven't done the work to be able to get out of the past, to be able to get out of, or to be able to deal with the present, but at the same time look towards the future.
That's good.
You know what I mean? So I will miss the opportunity if I haven't done the work.
So what is the work?
Can I go?
Get
the opportunity actually to merge both conversations is the opportunity that I create, not wait for. The work is the opportunity that I create, not wait for. So what is the vision that is given to me that creates my own opportunity? I'm creating my own door. I don't got to wait for somebody to open it. I created my own door, and I create my own opportunity with the vision that God has given to me. So I'm not waiting for somebody to give me an opportunity. The vision that he showed me is my opportunity, and I got to take advantage of that vision by putting in the work, not waiting for somebody to put me in position and then consider that opportunity.
You know what? So if the fact that I want new love, right? So just say love, right? New love, whatever that might be, whatever that might look like for you. So the work that I'm going to do, the door I'm going to create for myself, is I'm going to make sure I heal, right? I'm going to make sure I don't concentrate on getting revenge for that other person, because I'm just going to work on me. I'm going to take that time and take that space to work on me and to figure out the things that I need to change in order to be a better me, in order for me to love me and transform for me, so I can help that person, that new love that I'm waiting for, so I can contribute to their transformation, right? So I'm going to create the opportunity to heal. I'm going to create the opportunity to self-care and to love on myself. I'm going to create the opportunity that makes me feel good, and I'm not going to, so I'll be able to see that, so I won't miss that new love. As far as career is talking about, right? So, career, I'm not going to, while I'm in the job that makes me feel like crap, or makes me feel like I'm not worthy, or makes me feel dead, and nothing new is birthing. So as I'm sitting in that space, I'm going to create that door where I'm going to make sure I get my resume on point. I'm going to send out my resume. I'm going to start writing down, if I'm an entrepreneur at heart and I have a business that I want to set, I'm going to write down a plan. So I'm going to create the opportunities so I can walk into that, so I can do the work in creating, so when that door opens, I'll be able to see it and I'll be able to be ready for it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I also think that along with that, I think we need to change our language. We need to change I can't, I won't, to I will and I can.
You know what, Trey?
Change your perspective on the things that you tell yourself you can't do. Change that to I can and I will.
Right. You know what? And I say this, I want to add to it. So, and I think about, patterns and things of that nature, and how we speak, and like you were saying, first you got to change your mindset, right? You got to change your mindset, which then after you, because I realized, like, say I want to go to the gym, I always talk about me, we've been going to the gym, but I haven't been consistent, right? But the thing is that, okay, Whitney, how do you get in that space? I have to get in that space. I want to speak it, right? But I got to make sure my mental there is first. So I got to get it in my head that, I got to create it in my head so I can start changing my patterns, the way I think. Then the way I think, then it's going to, it's like it works together with thinking and speaking. So I got to think differently, and my language has to be different. And once I think differently and my language is different, then my actions automatically become different. Automatically walk into what I am wanting for myself, that opportunity that I want for myself.
I think that one of the another word that we also can insert into the dialogue is value. You know what I mean? Like, you got to value this. You know what I mean? This can't just be something that sounds good and, you just want it because it looked good on everybody else. Like, you got to value wanting to put this work in order to have opportunities, whether you creating it or whether it's offered to you, right? You have to value this. At this point right now, I'll be transparent. At this point in my life, I value getting up each day, trying my best to create my own opportunity where I don't have to wait for somebody to give me anything.
That's good.
The support that comes along the way is the reward, but the work that I don't mind. More. Let me stay with it. Let me keep my language in context. The work that I now value getting up every day, right? To go to a spot and put Vibe with me on a hat, right? That's work, right? The discipline to get up each day and put a transformational piece together and say, let's put this into a book, right? That's value. That's discipline. To make sure that I'm here every Thursday, to make sure that we put our money together, to make sure we pay our monthly bill to be in this space to have a podcast show. That's you gotta value this. This ain't something that you just wake up, I want to do this, that, or that. No, you gotta value this. If you are serious about an opportunity being either created by you or offered to you, or both at the same time. So for me, I feel like the word that we have to also insert into the conversation is, if you really are tired about your life being however it is, then it's time for you to start to value something different other than what you've been valuing that got you displeased with how your life is. Maybe you've been valuing things that doesn't give you the valuable life that you want to live. You've been valuing things and people that doesn't allow you to live the life that you want to live. We've all been there. I've been there too. But I now have decided to value some new things. I now decide to value myself differently, that I'm willing to put in a special kind of work, have a special kind of discipline, have a special kind of self-control, because I want to see what I believe and what I envision and now what I value come to pass. I don't want nobody feeling sorry for me to give me an opportunity. I want my hard work, my discipline, my work that I've been putting in. Yes, my dedication to be and whatever I receive to be the reward from the work that I decide to get up and put in every day.
You know what's so dope? I just want to get our viewers involved. We did not give you the number. 914-968-6499, 718-705-4959. But, we have some comments on our Facebook page. Cassandra says, goes back to fear of the unknown and lack of faith to press forward. Have to reverse the thought process and push forward on positive thoughts and energy. And then Butch Thomas says, motivation is thinking. Motivation is thinking. And I like both comments. Okay, so process and push forward on positive thoughts and energy. That's from Cassandra. And then Butch Thomas says, motivation is thinking.
Because it starts with your thinking.
Motivation is thinking. So,
but it also starts with what you're reading. You want to make sure you get this book. Don't drop out on you. You want to make sure you get something new that you put in your mind.
I like that though. Motivation is thinking.
I agree with.
Think about that.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That
because you
motivation
can't be motivated if you don't have the right thoughts.
Right. And when the thinking piece can turn into the motivation, because you know when you think about that vision that God has put inside you, you can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't breathe, you can't go throughout the day without thinking about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it comes a part of your being, a part of your thinking, a part of your speech, a part of your whole language. You right? So what are you motivated by? You know what I'm saying? Are you motivated by the things you have lost, the missed opportunities, or are you motivated by the opportunities that you can see in your future? What is motivating you? You understand what I'm saying?
No, you're very clear with, and I think that what motivates us, if I can add to what you just said, which I don't need to do justice to because you just did a great job, but I think what motivates us is what we value.
What we value goes back to what you said.
That word, I'm not deviating from that, right? Because I think that's important for us to understand. Our values play a huge role in why our lives are the way that it is.
They do.
Right?
Yeah. What do you value?
Now, here's the deep part. You can say, I value this, that, and the third. But what you make time for is an indication of what you value.
Your actions.
I don't care how much I value my family, I value this. If you're not making time for what you say you value, then it's just something you're saying. Right. You don't really value it because you're not making time for it. I don't care what you justify, rationalize, minimize, or make excuses for. The reality is, if I value this, I'm going to make time for it. So if you value grinding, hustling, building, family, relationships, parenting, whatever that is, you're going to make time for it.
No
now, that time don't got to be 23 hours in a day to prove what it is that you say you value. No, you want to make sure, again, you have a balance. You want to make sure you have a balance with all of these things. That way you're well-rounded with whatever it is that you're pursuing. You want to be well-rounded in family. You want to be well-rounded in work. You want to be well-rounded in career. You want to be well-rounded in, your purpose.
Self-care.
Yeah. Oh, God, especially as we get older. Especially
self-care.
Especially that. So, but my point is, what you just said and what we just read from our viewers on social media, Facebook, Instagram, motivation is your thoughts, is your thinking, right? And our thinking has a lot to do with what we value, and what we value trickles on down to our actions. And what you do will really reveal what you're really serious about. And if you don't like where you are at this time of your life,
or even who you are,
that most importantly, we want to encourage you tonight to check what you say you value. That's all. Don't look at the people. I'm mad with him because he ain't do, I'm mad with her because no, that's part of it. That ultimately you pick and choose who you allow in your sanctuary, who you allow in your space, who you allow in your choice. Some people, if anybody's bullying you around, it's because you've been allowing it.
Yes.
You've been allowing people to bully you into a certain space. And that's the people who you deal with on a day-to-day. And I know that that's kind of harsh and kind of cruel, and I may even sound insensitive to whatever it is that you're dealing with.
It's real.
But if you decide to stand up for yourself,
you have a choice.
Even if you take, oh God, thank you. Even if you take a loss in the fight, at least you stood up. At least bullies respect. At some point, people will stand up and fight.
Yes, they do.
They don't respect you if you do not stand up and fight for yourself. They will continue to take advantage of the fact that you did not stand up for you. So if somebody is bullying you and trying to make you feel like you have no voice, you got no say-so, and you got to do what they want you to do, we want you tonight to understand that you got a choice to value your voice, to value your space, to value the lifestyle that you want to have for the rest of your life, however much longer you got left to live, and stand up for yourself.
That's good. Thank you so much for joining us. Conversations with Whitney Dwayne and Treasure, episode 50. What, Trey? 55. Don't drop out on you. Please get your copy. June 29th is the book release, the official book release. Extravaganza, cookout, party situation. It's going to be so dope. I'll let you know. We'll let you know where it's going to be. June 29th.
In the meantime, make sure you order your books online. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any online book retail store. Please. Shout out to everybody who has already purchased their book. Thank you so much for everybody who has purchased our book.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
we out.
everybody.
We out. Hey.